Blinds are up to 8,000, 16,000 with a 2,000 ante. Action at the feature table has been folded to Samuel Rodríguez, and he raises from the cutoff to 41,000 with 8-9 off. Ilari Sahamie will 3-bet with ace-7 from the button.
Rodríguez has fared well against the other sharks at the table. Let's see how he handles the shark with the biggest fin. I know that doesn't really make sense, but let's just go with it.
I like it. Rodríguez responds with a 4-bet.
Does he?
No, I call.
Yeah, it's free raise.
Little short for a re-raise, too much for a call.
I think he meant to call. We're going to need a floor, man.
It's a call.
Or is it?
83, right? Yep.
Yeah.
So it's a raise of 42,000. Yes.
Luca Vivaldi is explaining it has to go as a 4-bet to 125,000.
Correct.
Forced to 4-bet. Misclick, poor guy. Ilari wanted the raise to stand, which can only mean one thing.
5-bet coming! And there it is. 225,000 total.
Ilari would likely do this with anything, and the pot is huge, so I can totally understand if Rodríguez still feels compelled to call here.
I call.
He made sure he said the word this time before putting chips in the pot.
Now, I'm not sure Samuel knows enough about this game to be afraid of Ilari, though he could just start by looking at him.
Jack, Jack 5 flop. Ilari's still ahead. Rodríguez checks.
Ilari almost always continues.
And this is no exception. The tournament chip leader makes it 180,000.
Rodríguez has got 9 high, so why is he counting out chips right now? Smooth chip handling skills. Nervous much, guy?
I genuinely don't know what that is. A call?
Again, that's too much for a call, but not enough for a raise.
Not enough.
The floor's been called to the table again. I think he actually meant to raise this time. To be honest, I'm going to stop thinking.
This is classic. Floor!
Yes. So we went check 180. There was no bet before, right? So it's 270. So it's more than 50% again, and you have to make it 360.
He did it again!
The ruling is he has to raise, so it's a min raise to 360,000.
Makes it 360,000.
Any chance Ilari reads him as doing this on purpose? Is he doing this on purpose?
Ilari calls.
And Ilari is calling. I have to stand up.
1.2 million in the middle and no one has anything. Oh, scratch that. Rodríguez has paired his 9.
Yahtzee, which, by the way, is what I think Rodríguez thinks he's playing right now.
He checks to Ilari.
Ilari should probably check here, try to get to showdown, and just hope he's best.
No, he bets 400,000.
But there's a chance he's not best, so he might think he has to bet it. Once Rodríguez has gotten to this point, he's getting such good odds, he just has to call and pray he's good. Pray to the Yahtzee gods, I guess.
I'm all in.
Wow, he shoves! And Ilari folds.
I would normally chastise the chest thumping, but he just sharked a shark.
What do you have?
I got the jack.
You had a check?
Yeah. I have jack 10, but I don't want to raise pre-flop.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I just want to make the call, but I confuse.
Okay.
Look at this guy metagaming!
But then appears that flop.
Margereson, ace-queen under the gun. Pinto with a bigger hand and also lots of players to act behind, so just calls. Kowalski getting some ridiculous pot odds.
But a good price. He does fold. And you've got to be really disciplined here. People think that because you're going multi-way...
I mean, that's crazy discipline. I'd be like, just to flick it in, maybe I'll flop a straight.
Right, but you actually, even though you're getting a good price, like your hands need to be stronger in order to get your equity back out of the pot. Wow, what a flop.
Flop comes queen high. Margereson jumps way out in front. Was the original raiser.
On this sort of board, I think Margereson, by and large, will be looking to drive value on his hand.
Yeah.
We might expect hands in the small blind. There might be some king queens or queen jacks. Obviously, having the ace of clubs, it does mean that there are fewer flush draws for him to protect against or worry about or indeed draw value from.
Yep.
So Pinto's going to take one off with ace-king high, which is, you know, he has 2 overs to the board. The dangerous thing for him, though, like, if he does connect with his king or indeed his ace, some of the time he's going to recooler himself because he's up against a king-queen or an ace-queen. So it can be tricky, especially with no backdoor flush draws. It can be tricky for him to move forward in the hand.
Just checks. And is going to get a bet out of Pinto the hard way.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much I'm loving taking this spot as a bet, though, for Pinto, just because you would imagine if Margereson was willing to bet into 2 players after opening under the gun on this flop, that very likely, you know, certain hands that this bet would profit from getting folds out of right away, like, you know, 7s or 8s, probably would have checked that flop. So it just kind of feels like Margereson doesn't have a super weak hand here that would just check fold. And so it just kind of makes this bet a little bit less profitable.
More than 2.5 million in the middle. River's a 7.
It does bring that four-liner in, Joe.
Yeah. So just a little bit of context. To my understanding, Pinto is relatively new to the game.
Right.
Was in a motor vehicle accident fairly recently, wanted to take a new lease on life. Poker's a part of that. And I think that this move takes some real heart.
Yep.
It does.
And it's a pot-sized bet as well.
Pot-sized
But
bet.
I like it.
With no pair. Margereson
Immediately
flummoxed.
indifferent.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I love the heart, and he's very lucky that Margereson has the ace of clubs in his hand, I think, because that just takes out a lot of the suited ace.
The missed flush draws.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that will really help him potentially get a fold out of Margereson, because once again, the sizing polarizes his hand to, you know, straights or sets.
Oh, he's double checking to see which ace it is and lays it down. Pinto steals one. That hand was so intense.
Amaze balls.
So this was a raise from Umarov. Vanessa Selbst defends her big blind with king 4, which is the best hand. Still the best hand post-flop. Umarov picks up a flush draw on the turn. So this went check on the flop. Vanessa checks the turn.
Does anyone have anything?
Just the flush draw for Umarov, and here comes a delayed continuation bet. 15,500.
I don't think Vanessa's looking to give this up. I think she'd have done it already. I think she senses weakness. I think she senses that her hand is not going to be good here very often.
Check raise alert.
At the very least, I think she senses that she's got no pair, no draw.
Vanessa makes it 43,500. 28 on top. So Umarov just with a flush draw, and it's only a 10 high flush draw.
He's kind of had it stuck in his ear a bunch since we started covering this table. I don't remember if it was before or after the break, but he was a little tilty, it seemed like, after one of the hands.
Well, he calls.
Kind of a weird spot for a call, I think, James.
Just behind Vanessa there is Eva, one of the 10 euro spin and go qualifiers who was on Vanessa's table yesterday. So brick on the river.
Everybody bricks, so king high is good.
Vanessa actually does have the best hand, but may feel she has to follow through on her turn bluff.
Yeah, I think even though she senses weakness, I don't think she expects king high to be good at showdown.
Well, Vanessa has checked. Opening the door for Asan Umarov to bluff.
I mean, Umarov, obviously, his hand's going to be good at showdown even less often. You know what? Maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe he's going to bet. Maybe Vanessa will pick this off with king high because she's completely capable of doing it.
There's 115,000 in the middle. He shoved for 134,500.
I mean, I have to be wrong in what I said and her not thinking it's going to be good at showdown very often because she checked and she's considering calling it. So she must think it's good at showdown sometimes. Whether she calls or not, I'm totally wrong.
Oh, jeez.
She folds the best hand.
He got away with it.
Umarov bluffs one of the best. Kings for our spin and go qualifier, Taljo. Here for just 10 euros. Guaranteed at least 12K now.
That is amazing, isn't it? What a story.
Raises to 25,000. Sam Chartier is in the small blind. Always quiet and focused at the table, but actually a really nice guy. Very pleasant chap and a very accomplished player. King's still a big favourite, 92% favourite. A couple of backdoors for Sam.
Yeah, going to take some real positive thinking to win your way out of this situation.
Oh, he's going to lead. 66,000 in the middle, 33,000 is the bet, spot on.
What to do here?
I think it's fair to say that Gwen is feeling the excitement.
How big of a thing this is, to be honest.
Understandably so.
I just thought
Sam is watching like an eagle for any kind of information here.
I'm really drinking, but maybe I'm
Not sure those nails are helping entirely.
Well, you heard her, she said raise. And she hasn't put out enough.
Eesh.
There we go.
It's going to happen. Luckily, our dealer is on hand.
And crucially, she said the word raise.
Yeah.
And a verbal declaration is binding, so whatever she threw out there, it's going to be made up to the minimum raise.
Yeah, if ever there was a good reason to reiterate why that is such a good idea, to announce your intentions.
I don't see how Chartier continues in this hand.
Unless he is just looking to get involved with our qualifiers and thinks he can outplay them, they won't be as familiar with these situations as he is.
Wow. That's a 3-bet from Chartier.
How much?
I mean, he's sending a convincing message here that he has a jack. A lot of the time he's going to be leading flop. He might have a jack. And when he 3-bets here...
Yeah, really putting our qualifier to the test here. And she's thinking, so this is what it feels like up here. I guess the problem here is if you are starting to believe that you're facing a jack, you've still got streets of action to survive.
Smitty tweets with the hashtag EPT Live. I hope Taljo holds her nerve.
It's got to be scary as hell, though. And it really just boils down to, do you believe or not? And how can you know? As you say, is from the small blind, no reason Sam can't have a hand with a jack in there.
Dana tweets, I'm yelling at the TV, go all in! The benefit of seeing the whole cards.
It does make it just so much harder.
All in.
She does move all in. Jane just tweeted, I hope she shoves on him. She does shove at him, and Sam folds with a smirk.
Seiver with pocket kings.
Maybe Scott can start digging his way out this hand.
Maybe he'll raise this time.
Scott just dribbling away.
2,500.
Calling when it's meant to be folding.
8-9 for Tony G.
He knows we're not even here.
He's out, so's Viffer. Cannon.
How much?
2,500 total.
3 high and calls.
That's all I can win for now. How do you like that, Scott?
I'm going to tell you it's depressing. It really is.
Cannon was not getting the correct odds to call pre-flop.
6, 5, 7, 2 spades. Cannon's picked up a flush draw.
He's also got the dummy end of a gutter ball straight draw.
Checks it.
This is a pretty big flop. You can see they're almost a coin flip.
Seiver bets 3,500. Cannon almost beats him in the pot.
Hail Mary.
To the turn.
Abracadabra.
6 of spades gives Gonzo the flush.
Check.
Checks it.
Gonzo hits his Hail Mary. He may have wanted to protect that flush, but if you bet, you can blow your opponent off the hand, and if you check, you let him get a free card. That's why playing out of position reeks.
But I'd rather be Gonzo right now. Seiver stepping into the trap, bets 9,000.
Luckily for the Cannon, Scott did not check behind.
Cannon wastes no time calling.
Scott's actually got decent equity with the king high spade draw.
Queen of clubs on the river changes nothing.
Check.
Cannon's got it locked up now, and he checks.
That's a risky check. Scott could very easily check behind.
I'm all in.
All in.
Call.
And Gonzo calls.
Adi, adi, adi.
Oh my God.
Seiver looks genuinely shocked.
I had 8-9. That hand.
I cannot
8-9.
beat
I
that.
would have won.
Hasn't quite sunk in for Gonzo yet either.
Been a good day so far.
So far, I can't complain.
Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe for more awesome poker content. And check out this video. The YouTube algorithm seems confident you'll like it.